Hey 143 fam, we're going to take a look at your February horoscopes here, both your general overview for the month and love. For those of you who are interested in my giveaway, I'm going to be choosing two winners this month. You'll get to choose between a free reading or a free healing session. If you'd like to be considered, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment below your video, and I will notify winners at the very end of the month. Now let's take a look and see what February has in store. Hey Aries, this reading is for Aries Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to take a look at your general overview first, then love. I'll have timestamps down below. Aries general overview, February 2020. Aries general overview, February 2020. I'm hearing that somebody feels lost, that there's actually a lot of joy and a lot of life to be lived. Spirit showing me there's a lot of joy. It's like somebody's surrounded by tons of blessings and so much love, and yet still feeling very lost. I feel like a catalyst for these kinds of emotions goes hand in hand with maybe losing somebody that you love, really missing somebody, whether that be a breakup, whether that's loss of life. I'm definitely feeling some grief here for some of you. Aries, I do think for many of you, you may be consoling a friend or a family member, or somebody very close to you. I'm almost seeing some of you trying to help somebody that you love get their joy back, get them back into the flow of life. Like, you still have a lot of life to live here. I understand what you're feeling, and you could feel that, but we got to keep moving forward. I see some of you really being able to pull somebody that you love up and out of a really dark place. Now, that shouldn't all be on you, but I think some of you are taking that on like head on. If that's you, Aries, and you feel like you're really struggling with something, I do see somebody really loving you and really trying to help you out this month. But I will be honest, this loss energy does come through as Aries a little bit, but the heavier emotions around being lost, around grief, that doesn't really feel like you. That feels like somebody close to you, okay? Let's get a little bit more clarity on this. Aries, general overview, February 2020. Okay. We have reward yourself first. Again, I'm feeling a lot of joy. I'm seeing universe rewarding you. I'm seeing that you have a lot to celebrate and reward yourself for. I think for some of you, this may not be enough. If this feels superficial, like it's external praise, if there's just little superficial belongings, or like someone handing you a plaque, like, here you go, Aries, we're celebrating you. You're like, okay, what does this really amount to in the end? Like, am I in alignment with soul purpose? For some of you, you really should be appreciating those moments a little bit more. But I do feel like some of you not being satisfied. Like, okay, I have these rewards. I've rewarded myself. The universe has rewarded me. There is joy here, but for some reason, I'm still not satisfied. It's because your soul is calling you to do something different, okay? I don't think that all of you right now are in full alignment of soul purpose, or if you do feel like you are, Spirit's going to ask you to evolve that vision, to evolve what you're doing, to take it to another level. I think for some of you, Spirit's saying, like, take a hobby and make it a full-time job, or at least a part-time job. Start trying to make money doing something that you love. You know, this just comes through like so radiant and joyful, and like most people be really happy. It's okay to not feel content. That is your soul urging you to change, okay? If you felt content, there would be no catalyst to change. Okay, there are signs. Center of the reading. Spirit's showing you signs. Loved ones are showing you signs. It's about moving forward. It's about coming into full alignment with soul purpose and knowing that you can love what you do in this lifetime. Knowing that you can be rewarded for doing what you love, okay? Spirit is showing me like maybe some people around you don't get you. And there could be a little bit of judgment, like why would you leave a perfectly good job to go chase after a dream? That's not logical, that's not realistic. Or, well, I really wanted that award and you got it, so why aren't you happy with this? It has nothing to do with external praise. It has nothing to do with anyone or anything superficial. It is because you're craving depth. That is a good thing, okay? Go for it. Movement forward. If there's something you're passionate about, now's the time to start taking steps forward. I feel like some of you may know people who could align you with doing something new that you love. If you don't know anybody right now, research, go to networking events, just get something up and going online and get that energy out there. There will be success and you will feel way more content, far more joy. So for those of you where it's not like the grief kind of loss, it's just like everything looks good and yet I still don't feel like I am where I'm supposed to be. That's the kind of loss I'm talking about. That applies more to Aries directly at this time. You are receiving lots of signs, but ask universe for specifically signs that you cannot miss. Signs that you cannot miss, and you will get them in abundance this month because Spirit is already showing you signs. I'm being shown from the very beginning of February, and some of those signs have to do with not being fully content, okay? Reward yourself, and this is so beautiful. Clarify about Archangel Michael, there's nothing to worry about. You can move forward at this time. You can take some risks. You can trust your intuition. You can do something different that other people around you don't totally approve of. You don't really need that approval from anybody. It's important that you trust in universe and that you have faith in yourself and your abilities. Archangel Michael's here. So if you're feeling like your confidence wavers, if you feel like there's any negative energy or thoughts creeping up, call on Archangel Michael to not only support you, but to protect you, to cleanse energy around you, but call on that powerful energy this month. I see you being fully protected in terms of change forward. Yeah, notice the signs, center the reading, clarify by love. We have love here. I think some of you may have a partner in your life, beautiful human being, beautiful soul, and why aren't you content? And some of you may be questioning, like, am I crazy to get out of a relationship that really does work? Why? Maybe it's there's something wrong with me. That feeling of discontent, that is a sign. That is Archangel Michael, that Spirit speaking to you, saying, please pay attention to this. It's okay if you want more. It's okay to evolve. It's okay to seek out someone or something different. But what also comes to be very strong here in terms of notice the signs. Be more in alignment with doing what you love. You don't have to settle because other people around you have settled, okay? You may be from a part of the world where people don't necessarily take those big risks. You may not see that on a regular basis. Maybe you'd be the first person you know to go out and take a really big risk on something you love. I don't feel like you would be nurtured by anybody else to bring this through to completion, but that's where Archangel Michael comes to, like, I've got you. We've got you. We've got your back. We're going to help you move forward with this, but it's about coming into alignment more with what you love, okay? I do feel like for the majority of you, this applies to a work situation, possibly the location you live, because I do feel like for some of you, you've outgrown a town. You've outgrown a town, and then this flips, okay? Go for it. Time to go. I'm telling you, this is about movement forward. So if you are not content, it's because you're in the wrong place. It's because you're not doing what is truly of your highest good. It's because you're not in full alignment with soul purpose, doing what you love. How do you figure out what your soul purpose is? Pay attention to what it is that you love. What brings you joy? What would you do without making money doing it? Okay? What are you most passionate about? There's soul purpose in that for you. That alone is a sign, but it's time to go. There's movement forward. I think some of you are physically moving. And you don't necessarily have to make this full move this month, but I feel like start taking steps forward. Some of you could, if you do move this month. I feel like a lot of blessed, protected, beautiful energy here. Possibly meeting somebody new in love if you move. Possibly right away. I'm definitely seeing some love come through for those of you who are traveling. You may meet somebody while you are traveling. The Spirit is also saying it's time to go to them. It's time to go to the, crowning your reading. This is so good. It's time to go where there are opportunities. Okay, so if you live in an area where you don't feel like there are opportunities in the career field that you love, seek it out, okay? Take that chance. Crowning your reading, 2 cards. Heart chakra, life purpose. Do what you love. That is your life purpose. Do what you love. What's deep in your heart? What is it that you love? The universe is showing you signs. This is really big, Aries. If you're willing to take some risks, if you're willing to step out of your comfort zone, you will be powerfully rewarded, okay? You may also be encouraging somebody to take some of these steps too. Somebody may feel lost, not just because they've lost somebody close to them. They may feel like they're in the same place they grew up and they have no idea how to take steps forward. You may be helping somebody else do this too. This also may be very much in alignment with your soul purpose. This may be what you do as for a career. For those of you who are healers, you may be having this conversation. Okay, giving and receiving, this is all about balance. Having a more balanced life work, okay? A healthier life work balance here. I feel like some of you do need to make more time for your private life. It can't just be all about work. Making time for love, making time for what it is that you do love, okay? So I know for many of you, at least some of you, but it feels like there's a bigger percentage that's going to apply to love. I think some of you are moving for love, maybe moving away from love, okay? So Aries in love. February 2020, Aries in love. Spirit, I'm channeling go to them. I'm hearing go to them again. So if you met somebody and they don't live in your town or your city, go to them, Aries. Travel to them. There's love there. There's love somewhere else. There's love for what you do, but there's romantic love as well. I just keep hearing go to them. Let me get one more shuffle in here. We'll get you a little bit more clarity. Okay, Aries and love. Attraction. You're definitely... First of all, I'm hearing that you're on somebody's mind. If you're single, you're attracting more than one person. That's for sure. But again, I also feel like some of you may have exposure, and that's fun, and there are blessings. But even if it's social media, there's something about this that may also feel superficial. You don't feel content with maybe the kind of people who have been attracted to you. Trust me, this energy is shifting because Spirit hears you. It does require you to make a change, though. I do just keep feeling many of you, there's just a big message around moving, like physically relocating. It doesn't necessarily have to be too far, but I do feel that very strongly for you. Aries, I'm going to say Leo is coming through pretty strong here. There's definitely Leo energy. But it's also sun, it's joy, it's healthy self-esteem. It's like somebody healing, someone who had been grieving, finally healing. And as I say that, separation, okay, pops at the core of this. I think some of you, you lost somebody that you love. A relationship ended and there's been grief. And yeah, there's a lot of positivity. There's energy trying to move you forward to that new town, that new city, the new job, the new opportunity. You can feel lost in this. It's okay to acknowledge that. Reach out to friends, okay? Reach out to people who really know you. Reach out to healers for support. Again, you may be helping somebody through this. I think for a good chunk of you, you could be helping somebody through a dark night of the soul. But if you are going through this, there's a loss of somebody that you love, and it's just a process you have to go through. I feel like some of you may be attracting new love interests, and yet you're like, none of this works for me. None of these people work for me. You know, this person, it didn't work out. I get it, but am I ever going to feel that kind of love again? Am I ever going to be content like that with anybody again? The answer is yes, but it does require some change here, okay? I think some of you have gotten out of very significant relationships. I do feel like some of you may be physically separated because somebody is traveling or somebody lives very far away. I see that sort of resolving in regards to like a higher level of commitment. I can go to them. Go to them. If you go to them, this is where you end up. There's a very positive, happy resolution for many of you. I'm also feeling like for those of you who are in love, who feel like you may have lost the love of your life, it feels like the other person may be feeling that just as much as you, and Spirit saying go to them. You know who you are. You know if that applies to you, because not all reconciliations are of the highest good, but I think some of you should consider reconciliation, or the partner go to you, go to your Aries, go get your Aries back if you're still in love, if you're really grieving, because Aries might be going to do the same thing here. Attraction clarified by true love, okay? Many of you want this, and you may be attracting something a little more superficial. It's shifting. You're not stuck here. Don't feel lost. This is coming in if you are single, okay? If you want it and you're single, this is going to find you. You do not have to search for love, okay? And I don't think Aries does. I think Aries will allow love to find and be attracted to them, okay? But I think, again, it's like this true love energy. I understand why this could be a really difficult separation. It feels like there's mutual love. It feels like somebody may try to come back to you, and this may actually be somebody that it would actually be of the highest good to give a second chance to, okay? We have separation, center the reading, clarify by stay optimistic. Someone's struggling, universe is urging you to focus on what is positive, to reach out to friends if you need help, to do what you can to stay positive. Focus on yourself, okay? If you are grieving, channel that into something creative. Make sure you're getting out of the house. Somebody who's having a hard time needs to physically get up and out of their house, okay? You can't just wake up, go to work, come home, and sleep. Like, you need to be outside. There needs to be fresh air. There needs to be some sunshine. There also needs to be a life, okay? Wedding and commitment. Clarified by love yourself first. You will call in a high-vibing, true love soulmate if you have self-love at the core. This is not coming in without this. So if you feel like, okay, why am I not attracting people that I would actually enjoy being in a relationship with? It's superficial. I'm not content with this. It's because you need to focus more on self-love. Having healthier boundaries, taking some risks, for you, in alignment with what is truly of your highest good. Again, I keep coming back to that move energy. It could just be movement of energy in general, but this move energy in alignment, like follow your passion, follow what makes you joyful. You know, what is it that you love? That energy naturally attracts people to you, naturally attracts really quality people to you. Currently reading heart-to-heart conversations. I'm actually going to pull one more, but what I'm channeling with heart-to-heart conversations is somebody needs to talk. If you're grieving still, somebody needs to talk. Someone needs to have an actual conversation. It's better face-to-face. It's going to be better to make the phone call than to text. Somebody needs to have a conversation here. I'm going to pull you one more. Crowning card for Aries at this time. Pay attention to the red flags. Okay. This feels like pay attention to some of the red flags of new people showing up. I do think some of you could have gone through a separation. You've tried to date people and you're like, superficial, this isn't in alignment. Am I ever going to have that really amazing love again? Or did I sacrifice it? Was that once in a lifetime, you know, and it's gone? That may be a big enough catalyst to reach out to somebody. You may have a partner or an ex having that experience. They've gone on a few dates and they're like, oh my God, I miss Libra so much. Libra, I miss Aries so much. Are you dating Libra? Why am I channeling Libra so strongly for you? So Aries dating Libras, I'm telling you, I feel like someone may be having a really hard time without you. That's a big message for Libra though, an ex having a really hard time. But it may take some of those more superficial or just dates where there's no chemistry for somebody to recognize, like, I think this is a mistake, but I just keep feeling someone needs to talk. Go to them. Someone needs to talk, okay? Keep an open mind. If there's still love here, keep an open mind. Bottom of the deck, we have children, but we also have deception. There's definitely some Libra crossover here for sure. Again, this feels past tense. This was past tense for Libra, but this could be why there was a separation. Pay attention to red flags because not everybody who wants to come back into the picture, not everybody has changed enough, okay? I feel like some deception triggering inner child issues that still need to be healed. Okay, so make sure you're getting some healing done. Make sure you are focusing on self-love. Healing and focusing on energy healing, emotional healing, all of that is self-love. Physical healing, right? Taking care of your physical body. Those are all forms of self-love. Okay, so make sure you do tend to this. Aries, if you feel like you need more clarity, reach out to me. I'm available for private readings. I'm available for energy healing work, which you guys know I specialize in. I will be back mid-month for your mid-month love reading, but in the meantime, I'm sending you so much love, light, gratitude. I'll see you back here soon. Ciao.